Yes.
So I had the chance to meet these people in Bangalore, small startup in size. And once I entered the room, not quite big because the major problem which hits everybody in the startup community is basically you can't invest on real assets. So you're forced to sit in a small room, close together, packed, along with all the physical assets, no matter what have you. You may have computers or whatever. And they look very troubled. And one of those who was the so-called CEO walked up to me asking, we need investment. And that's a very natural question. You can't avoid that question. And I was forced, in fact, compelled to give an answer, but not a standard one. The answer had to be different because these guys were looking really concerned about the investment. The major part till this date, they have already spent some around 20 crores, and to me it looked like the burn rate was too high, given the fact that the number of employees they had who were actually forced to work on the floor, and the amount of money they have put in to actually do marketing and sales was also on the higher side. But one problem that I could sense very easily at the surface level, I would say in fact prima facie, was that they all were actually looking like that they were suffering from the disease of management by observations. All of them were actually banged by the CEO for coming 2 hours late, asking them to work 2 hours more than the office time, and everyday inquiry that was actually pissing them off. So I called the CEO and I asked him to sit with all the employees. The first point that I threw towards him was actually forget about the hierarchy. There is no hierarchy at all. Now that could be compared to a flat management structure where basically every resource is an owner, manager, worker. And then I asked that you have to understand that there is, despite the fact that there is implicit hierarchy, there is no actually, so to say, when it comes to operational issues, you have to forget about the hierarchy and also the top to bottom communication or bottom to top communication. And it has to be a communication at a horizontal level, peer to peer, all peer to peer. So basically if you have issues, you escalate, but keep it peer to peer so that everybody sees what is the issue, how it can be solved, and people forget about the sufferings of management by observations, the impact. And I says, just switch to management by objectives. Set targets and goals for months or some bigger time period and let them work as an unleashed horse towards their targets and goals. And the interesting part, after a month, I got a call from this guy saying, things have changed. I said, great. And he said, thanks, Raj. Things have changed for me. Thank you.